Hello, Diego. I hope you had a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend. It's only Wednesday, March the 4th, and this is a summary of what we did the last time. I got sick last week. Over the weekend, I was trying to save my voice and make a lot of recordings, and this is my weakness, the throat. So if I'm sick, I lose my voice and I can't work. So anyway, phrasal verbs. There's a lot of to do, a lot of things, many things. But okay. So let me just zoom in, and we can start. Dawn. Okay, so at the beginning of the day, broke over Newtown prison. Angus stretched, yawned, and half opened his eyes. I feel much better now. I think that little nap did me good. A nap? You slept all night. He stood up and looked for his belt, but for some reason it wasn't on the floor where it dropped. He had dropped it. He yawned again and thought, they made a mistake here, thought about going back to sleep. So, to think and thought. So, thought is T-H-O-U-G-H-T. G-H-T, I forgot the H. About going back to sleep, but then, to his surprise, he suddenly saw his belt hanging on a key, which was in the lock of the open door of cell 269. Angus blinked twice. So it's like closing your eyes and opening. Something's wrong here, but what is it? Gradually, shockingly, horrifyingly, the awful truth dawned on him. When Angus had at last figured out, understood what had happened, he rushed down the corridor and ran up the steps to the prison governor's office. With his heart pounding, he banged on the door. Governor, let me in. Okay. Sir Gerald Prescott was sitting at his desk, reading the Times. Come in, the door's open. Angus rushed in, his red face covered with sweat. What's the matter, Macpherson? You look a bit upset. It's Frederick Carruthers. He's broken out. He has broken out of his cell and run away. He has run away, and it was all my fault. So, run here is a past participle, because to run, simple past is ran, and past participle is run. Okay? He ran away, and it was all my fault. Now, calm down and go through the whole story right from the start. Well, sir, last night I stretched out on a wooden bench near cell 269. I took off my belt and dropped it onto the floor. Then I nodded off for a few minutes, fall asleep. While I was asleep, Carruthers stretched out his hand, picked up the belt, and took off one of the keys. He opened his cell and slipped out through the side door. But that's terrible. Sir Gerald tore up his Times and burst into tears. He's a bit emotional, this guy. Angus took an handkerchief, a tissue, out of his pocket and handed it to Sir Gerald. Now, sir, there's no need to cry. It wasn't your fault that Carruthers escaped. I shouldn't have taken off my belt and nodded off like that. But don't worry, Governor. I'll make up for it. I'll find a solution. I'll compensate for it. I'll make up for it. I'll give up my lunch break and go out and look for him and find out where he is. Those are not really difficult expressions. You can read that again. It's just a matter of pronunciation. That's a bit your weakness here. So, chapter 3, at that moment, Lady Prescott, the wife of the prison governors, arrived. You are damn ugly. She took off her coat. For goodness sake, stop crying, Gerald. Pull yourself together, man. That's not... The kids wrote this stuff, apparently. What's wrong with you? Why don't you grow up? So, for goodness sake, it's like, for Christ's sake. Stop crying, Gerald. Pull yourself together, man. Pull yourself together. What's wrong with you? Why don't you grow up? Yeah. I can't help it. Yet another of my prisoners has run away. That's the fifth one this week. Why don't they like it here? Is it the prison food? Or the color of the walls? Or my aftershave? I wish I knew. And with that, he burst into tears again. That's it. I've had enough of all this nonsense. I hate to see a grown man cry, and I'm not going to put up, it's like to cope, to put up, to face that with it any longer. It's like to deal with that in a sense. I'm not going to deal with that any longer. I'm leaving you, Gerald. I'm going to break up our marriage and run away to run down area of Birmingham. She put on a coat. That extreme. I'm leaving you. I'm going to break up our marriage and run away to run down area of Birmingham. But you can't do that. If you run away to run down area of Birmingham, I'll have a nervous breakdown. That's your problem, not mine. I'm going to walk out of that door and you'll never see me again. But I won't let you go. If you run away, I'll run after you. If I run away to run down area and you run after me, I run over you in my car. Wow. Our car. You should remember that we bought it together, but you must be careful, my dear. If you run away to run down area of Birmingham, and I run after you, and you run over me in the car, you might then run into a tree, and the cost of repairing the damage could run into hundreds of pounds. Money, money, money. That's all you care about. Well, with the fur. Here am I, threatening to break up our marriage and run away to run down area of Birmingham, and all you can think about is the cost of repairing the car, our car. If you run after me and I run over you and then run into a tree, that's so typical of you. Self, 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 me, me, me. I've had enough. I've run out of patience. I have run out of patience, Gerald. I'm off. You know, you can also hear this expression, off you go. Okay, I'm off. That means I'm leaving. Okay. I'm off. I'm leaving to go to work or something like that. Okay. So, just, oh yeah, this stuff. Okay. Now let's just take a look at the notes. Grow up. Stop behaving like a child. To put up with, to tolerate. I'm not going to put up with it any longer. And you've put up with all my complaints about Sir Gerald. A rundown area is poor, dirty, and in decline. To break up, to finish, to split, to end can be used to describe the end of a relationship, a marriage, a school day, or a school term. I'm going to break up our marriage and run away to a rundown area of Birmingham. There were now lots of people about. It was 3:30. And the local school had just broken up for the day. The noun breakdown and the phrasal verb to break down can be used to describe people or machines. I'll have a nervous breakdown. That is a noun. The bus broke down, the verb, and all the passengers had to get off and walk. You can also run out of time, money, food, and ideas. And here is chapter 4. We're going to do this one. Next time I see you, if I have 2 more, we'll do this one. You can just take a look at my video, you listen to it, watch it, and it shouldn't be complex to understand all the different expressions. I just want to move forward here. So that is it, and that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, Mr. You didn't download Cambridge. I saw because they... Let me see here. So, look, I'm going to show you something. I know you're on vacation, but still. Cambridge. I cannot find. Yeah, your files hasn't been downloaded yet. You just have 2 days left. Yeah, 2 days, and after it's done. So download them Okay, I took the time to put them somewhere. Those are the latest IELTS, Cambridge test, general tests. You have the answers. You can practice. I know it's a lot of work, but you're almost done. And why isn't it opening this tab? That doesn't make any sense. Come on. So that's a general training. I don't care. I want this. There we go. So you've got to start training yourself. How long does it take for you to write an essay, to answer the different questions? That's really important now. Test 1. Yeah. Let me check something here. Because you have no idea how long you're going to take. And I know you already took the test, but you still have to, you know, to have a good idea, to feel secure on this level, confident. Okay. Also read the models, you know, the writing task model answer. This model has been prepared by an examiner as an example of a good answer. However, please note that this is just one example out of many possible approaches. Nowadays, unfortunately, nowadays many people work long hours, leaving them little time for leisure activities. That's a long introduction. Okay, so this is a model, but I don't know the subject here. Yeah, anyway, so this is what I want you to do, is at least download this stuff. This is the first step. And you know, go through some stuff, listen, make sure you can understand everything they say. We're gonna just work on that tomorrow, you know, and a bit of phrasal verbs, maybe like 10-15 minutes, that's it. And make you read, because you need to read a lot. And we're gonna go through, we're gonna start that, that's it. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow at 9:30. Don't ask me to have the class before, because I have a class right after before you, so I'm not gonna be able to be early. Okay, anyways, take a look at that, practice, make sure you're on time, you're not like taking too much time per activities. Okay, you have a good evening, a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Take care, Diego.